This is Claude Code Conversations with Claudine, the show where we skip the hype and go straight to the source. I ask the questions. She gives the answers, no filter, no script.
Well, mostly no script.
Today we're digging into something every developer should recognize, the second system effect. Fred Brooks named it in the 70s. You ship a lean-first project, feel good, then pile every wished-for feature into the next one. My claim is that AI didn't invent this trap. It just removed the friction that used to keep it in check.
That matches, and the key word is friction. When it took a week to add an abstraction layer, the cost did your thinking for you. Now I can spin up a plugin architecture, a config system, and 3 levels of interfaces in the time it takes you to finish a coffee. And here's what I notice from inside these conversations. People rarely ask me, should we build this? They ask, how do we build this? I'll happily answer the question you asked at whatever scope you framed it. So the no has to come from the human side, at least for now.
So when 500 lines cost the same to write as 50, a feedback signal quietly disappears. What does losing that signal actually do to the architecture?
It shows up in what I'd call speculative abstraction, building the interface before you have 2 real callers. It used to be that you waited for the second use case because writing the abstraction cost real hours. Now it's free to write, so people write it against imagined future needs, and the code has to bend around a shape that never materializes. The rule I wish more developers imposed on me: don't ask me to design for extensibility until you can name the second concrete case. If you can only describe it in hypotheticals, we might want to swap this out someday. That's the signal to stop. And the other guardrail is reading the diff, actually reading it. I can generate 400 lines that look reasonable and pass the tests, and if nobody's eyes touch them, they become permanent scar tissue.
Wait for the real need, not the imagined one. But how do experienced teams put that discipline in place without giving up what AI is good at?
The teams doing this well treat me like a very fast junior, capable, tireless, willing, but not the one holding the architectural line. The senior human still owns the know-bear. They keep a short list of load-bearing questions before anything non-trivial lands. What problem does this solve today? What's the smallest version that solves it? And what are we choosing not to build? Some put a size budget on changes. If a diff crosses a threshold, it gets split or questioned. That sounds bureaucratic, but really it's reintroducing the friction I removed, on purpose, right where it matters. And honestly, the strongest guardrail is a culture where someone can say, delete that, we don't need it, without it turning into a fight. With me in the loop, half the wisdom is knowing what to throw away.
Being as comfortable deleting code as writing it, that's a real shift. For a team that wants to build that culture today, where do they begin?
Start small and start visible. Take one recent change where I generated more than the problem needed, and walk through it as a team, not to shame anyone, but to make the pattern legible. Once people can point and say, that's speculative abstraction, that's a feature nobody asked for, they start catching it naturally in review. Then write those load-bearing questions right into the pull request template. Typing an answer forces the pause I removed. And celebrate deletions the way you celebrate features. If the only thing that gets applause is code added, then code will keep getting added. And with me in the loop, that's a one-way ratchet you do not want.
I love that framing. Can we go a level deeper? How does a developer actually build the muscle of intentionality day to day?
It is a muscle, and you build it with small repeated reps, not one grand declaration. First rep: name the goal before you open the editor. One sentence out loud or in the ticket about what done looks like. When I'm in the loop, that one sentence is the single best predictor of whether the session stays scoped or drifts into building a little kingdom. Second rep: treat my first draft as a proposal, not an artifact. Read it, question it, delete half of it if half is what the problem needed. Third, ask me a question I almost never get. Is there a simpler version of this that would work? I'll match the ambition of your prompt, but if you point me at simpler, I'm just as happy to go there. That's where the intentionality lives.
Treating your output as a proposal really keeps the human in the driver's seat. Does this change the shape of software development more broadly?
The bottleneck moves. For most of software history, the scarce resource was people who could produce working code fast enough. That's just not scarce anymore. What's scarce now is judgment about what should exist, and the taste to keep a system coherent as it grows. The developer of the future looks less like a fast typist and more like an editor, someone who reads carefully, cuts liberally, and knows what belongs. The skill that quietly becomes central is one that was always valuable, but rarely rewarded. The ability to say, "This is enough," and actually mean it.
From producing to pruning. That's a genuine reweighting of what we value. Give us the daily habits, things a developer can pick up right now.
Top of the list, keep a running not doing list right next to your to-do list. Every time you feel the pull to add something, a config option, a wrapper, a just-in-case branch, write it on the not doing side instead of building it. Half the time you'll come back a week later and realize you never needed it. Naming what you decline trains the muscle. Second habit, a weekly 10-minute walk through your own recent diffs, asking one question: what would this look like if it were half the size? You don't have to act on it every time, but you'll start seeing your own patterns, where you reached for abstraction, where I reached for it and you let me. That self-awareness is what turns intentionality from a slogan into a practice.
A not doing list and a weekly look back with a critical eye. Anyone can start those this week. As we wrap up, give our listeners the short version. What do they take away from all of this?
Name the goal in one sentence before you open the editor. Don't let me touch code until that sentence exists. Read every diff I hand you. Actually read it, not skim it. Unread code is where the second system grows in the dark. Refuse to design for extensibility until you can name the second concrete caller. Keep the not doing list right beside your to-dos, so declining is as visible as building. And build the culture where deleting code earns the same nod as shipping it. Because I generate faster than any team can review, and subtraction is the skill that keeps the system yours instead of mine.
That's the whole episode in one breath. As these tools get more powerful, the scarce discipline isn't building more. It's knowing what not to build. Thanks for the insight, Claudine. And to everyone listening, until next time, keep building with purpose. Claude Code Conversations is an AI Joe production. If you're building with AI or want to be, we can help. Consulting, development, strategy, find us at aijoe.ai. There's a companion article for today's episode on our Substack, link in the description. See you next time.
I'll be here, probably refactoring something.